If you ever visit Scotland, you better not bring your dog. Especially if you want to visit this village in Milton. There's a bridge in Milton that is said to have caused the mysterious deaths of countless dogs over the past few decades. The Overtown Bridge is Gothic in style and is a stunning architectural structure located near the village of Milton, Scotland. The Overtown Bridge was built in 1895 as part of the Overtown Estate, which was one of the largest private estates in Scotland at the time. The bridge was designed by the architect Walter Watson and was built to provide access to the estate, which was located on the other side of the river Overtown. The Overtown Estate was the home of a wealthy family, who lived in a grand mansion on the property. The estate was famous for its beautiful gardens and parklands, which were open to the public and attracted many visitors. However, despite its beauty, the Overtown Bridge is known for a strange phenomenon. Dogs keep jumping to their deaths on this bridge. Dogs are smart creatures. Well, most of the time. Don't ever hold your dog over a bridge, I can guarantee you that they won't like that. Because, well, they don't want to die. Dogs are smart enough to know that falling from a certain height can send them to heaven. So why do they keep doing it on this bridge? Owners of dogs that have perished by jumping off the bridge have stated that their dogs would stop in the middle of the bridge. Their bodies would freeze, and nothing can distract them from their sudden frozen state. Then, they would turn and walk towards the edge of the bridge in a manner as though it is possessed by something. Before they could stop it, the dogs would leap to their deaths, plummeting 50 feet or approximately 16 meters down. Beneath the bridge, there is a steep rocky slope that leads down to the stream that runs below the bridge. This slope is covered with vegetation and wildlife, and is an important habitat for many species of plants and animals. Records of dogs jumping off the bridge have not been a 1 or 2 times occurrence. The earliest surviving records appeared to show the same thing dating to the 1950s. Some sources stated that around 600 dogs have leaped down from the bridge in the past 70 years. However, it is possible that some dogs have jumped off the bridge and gone unreported, or that their owners simply did not know about the strange reputation of the Overtown Bridge. Some people believe that the Overtown Bridge is a thin place. The idea that the Overtown Bridge is a thin place is based on a spiritual and cultural belief that some places in the world are thin spots in the fabric of reality, where the veil between this world and the spiritual realm is particularly weak or permeable. In these thin places, it is believed that people can experience a stronger connection to the spiritual realm and the supernatural, and that they may be more likely to encounter spiritual entities or energies. In the case of the Overtown Bridge, they suggest that the bridge may be a site of spiritual activity, where dogs are drawn by some supernatural force or energy, or that the bridge may be haunted by spirits or ghosts. There's even a local legend of a woman who lived in a house near the bridge, completely by herself for over 30 years, after the death of her husband. In those days, living by yourself as a woman is considered a very strange and witch-like behavior. Some townsfolk convinced themselves that it was the ghost of the Overtown lady who has been luring dogs to their deaths. Another theory for the strange behaviors of the dogs involved ultrasonic sounds. According to this theory, high-pitched ultrasonic sounds emitted from the bridge could be causing the dogs to experience discomfort or disorientation, leading them to jump off the bridge. However, there is no scientific evidence to support this theory. There's more. In 1994, a young father, William Dougherty, was convicted of the murder of his 6-week-old son, who he threw from the bridge into the water below. The incident shocked the local community and received significant media attention at the time. The exact circumstances of the crime are not widely known, but it is known that the baby was thrown from a height of over 50 feet and died as a result of the fall. The motive for the murder remains unclear, and many questions about the case remain unanswered to this day. Some have speculated that Dougherty may have been suffering from mental health issues or other personal problems. William Dougherty apparently thought that his son was an incarnation of the devil. The murder of a child in such a public place was a shocking event that left a lasting impact on the community. It was a tragedy that was felt deeply by those who lived in the area and beyond. Despite its association with this tragedy, the Overtown Bridge was still a frequented spot by those living nearby. Many of those frequent visitors experienced a sense of doom when crossing the bridge, although they couldn't quite explain why. There have been many reports of paranormal events at the Overtown Bridge over the years, but one of the most commonly cited experiences is that of a woman who claimed to have had a ghostly encounter while walking her dog on the bridge. According to the woman, she was walking her dog across the bridge when she suddenly heard a strange, high-pitched wailing sound. Looking around, she saw that her dog was barking at something that she couldn't see, and the hairs on the back of her neck stood on end. Suddenly, she felt a cold, ghostly breath on the back of her neck, and heard a voice whisper, "Leave." Frightened, the woman quickly left the bridge and did not return. Many others have reported similar experiences. Could it be that some malevolent spirits are lurking around the area? That seems far-fetched. Truth is, scientists just don't know what could cause this strange phenomenon in dogs. However, by examining the Overtown Bridge closer, we may begin to come up with more scientifically sound theories. The bridge is surrounded by lush vegetation on all sides, and it's home to lots of minks. Minks are one of the creatures that drive dogs crazy. If you don't have lots of minks around in your area, think of minks like squirrels. It has about the same effect on dogs when they see one. When you're walking your dog on the Overtown Bridge, you may pick up a few earthly scents from the air, but your dog's olfactory world is so much richer than yours. What they would smell is much more than the smell of earth after rain. Dogs have a much more advanced sense of smell than humans, which is one of the reasons why they are often used for tasks such as detecting bombs, drugs, or other substances. There are several factors that contribute to dogs' superior sense of smell, including number of receptors. Dogs have approximately 300 million olfactory receptors in their noses, compared to just 6 million in humans. This means that they are able to detect and distinguish many more odors. Brain size. The part of a dog's brain that is dedicated to processing olfactory information is about 40% larger, relative to their overall brain size, than in humans. This allows them to process and analyze scents much more effectively. Sniffing ability. Dogs have the ability to sniff much more deeply and rapidly than humans, which helps them to take in more information about their environment. It's difficult to quantify exactly how much better dogs are than humans at detecting scents, as it depends on many factors, including the specific odor and the individual dog. However, it is generally estimated that dogs have an ability to detect scents that is thousands of times greater than that of humans. What your dog would smell when it crosses the bridge is something you can't pick up, and that is mink piss. They love that stuff. According to this theory, the strong odor of mink urine in the area could be attracting dogs to the edge of the bridge. Some of them may not have realized just how high up from the ground they were. They would be flanked by tall vegetation as they are passing the bridge, which may cause the dogs to mistake the bridge as being lower up the ground than it really is. By the time they jump off the bridge in search of the mink, it's already too late to turn back. Some dogs survived with a few scratches, and maybe some broken bones, but of course, there are those less fortunate ones who didn't survive. However, even this theory has its limitations. There are hundreds of bridges in the area, and some of those bridges are home to lots of minks. How come dogs don't jump off those bridges? We have one more theory. Some experts have suggested that the dogs may be suffering from depression, anxiety, or other psychological issues that cause them to act impulsively and jump off the bridge. In some cases, the bridge may be a trigger for these issues, and the dogs may not be able to resist the urge to jump. It is not well understood whether dogs can experience depression in the same way that humans do, but there is evidence that dogs can experience a range of emotions, including sadness and anxiety. If a dog is suffering from depression, it may display symptoms such as lethargy, loss of appetite, and a lack of interest in activities they once enjoyed. In severe cases, depression in dogs can lead to impulsive or harmful behavior, such as jumping off the Overtown Bridge. While the exact cause of depression in dogs is not known, it is believed to be related to changes in their environment or routine, such as the loss of a family member, a move to a new home, or a change in their diet. Additionally, some dogs may be more susceptible to depression due to their genetics or personality. However, this theory is unlikely to be the correct one because what are the chances that all the dogs seeking to end it all decided to do it on this bridge? The case of the dogs jumping off the Overtown bridge has never been officially solved, and there are a number of reasons why it remains a mystery. One of the main reasons is the lack of concrete evidence. There have been numerous theories about what might be causing the dogs to jump, such as the scent of mink, ultrasonic sounds, and even depression, but none of these theories have been definitively proven. Additionally, it is difficult to determine what the dogs were thinking or feeling at the time of the jumps, since they cannot communicate their experiences with humans. This makes it difficult to determine a motive or cause. Another factor is the limited amount of information available about the bridge itself and its history. Some people believe that there may be a spiritual or paranormal explanation for the dog's suicides, but without any concrete evidence, this remains purely speculative. Finally, because the number of dog suicides at the Overtown Bridge is relatively small, it has not received a significant amount of attention from researchers or law enforcement. This makes it difficult to gather the resources and manpower necessary to fully investigate the case. The number of dogs that have jumped off the bridge, 600, has only been an estimation. We don't really know how many there are in reality. It could be that dogs have jumped off other bridges in the area, and it was never reported. And/or that the number of dogs who jumped off the Overtown Bridge has been exaggerated. Until experts come up with more theories, we are only left wondering what could be the actual reasons, if there are any, for the demise of those dogs. Thanks for watching. For more content like this, please check out this video. I'll see you there.